Hi everybody, I've been wanting to share with you something I've been doing. I want to get out here in a few minutes and mark some more trees. I am marking maple trees for the maple syrup season. Let me come around the greenhouse here. I started out at the front of the lane over here and worked along this rock wall area. There's this rock wall, and I came up by where the car is parked and started on this row alone. So let me see, just along this row here you can see the beginning of the lane over here of the property. There weren't many trees up here at all, just a few here and there. And then we come along, and here's the big boys that I've been tapping forever. There's a couple big boys over here, really big ones. Now what I'm doing is putting a ribbon on them, an orange ribbon. There's another big boy over here. Now these are ones that I knew about and have previously been tapping. I'm going to pause the camera and go down so I can get through the around the fence line. Now here I started entering unknown territory, a place that I have never tapped trees before. And I found right here, right at the edge of the meadow, see there's the edge of the meadow, a big maple tree. And I was doing this while the leaves are still on them, so I could see what was what. And this has always been here, and I never knew it. I never tapped it. And then here's one over here that I knew of, and I remarked it. Here's one over here that I knew of that I remarked. You can see the new ribbon and the old ribbon. The old ribbon was wearing, so I remarked it. And then I got into new territory. And if you can start to see, I started using orange ribbon. And then I ran out of that, started using green ribbon. Look here. Look at all the green ribbons out here. There's one on the fence, there's one behind the fence, there's some back in there. Look at all the green. That's all maple trees, guys. That's all maple trees. Look at all the green markings. There's one behind that one. All right, back in here there's three. It goes on and on and on. So this area here is all maple trees. Here, look here, here's the orange ribbons. Here's where I started out, and I walked along this way into the woods a little ways, just a little ways in past the meadow. And I started finding maple trees. There's a maple tree. Back behind it is a maple tree. And in there's another maple tree up in behind there. All right. And then I started coming along. I marked these as I went in. Let me go around the fence here. So, oh, there's a couple more maple trees. There's a big boy. And a mess of maple trees. See all the orange ribbons? There's one behind that one. So, I've got maple trees everywhere. Now look at all this green ribbons. After I ran out of the pink ribbons, I started doing with the green ribbon. And this is just a narrow area that I managed to cover so far. Just a little area here that I managed to walk through. This is a gold mine of resources here in this land. Now this is the area I was going to work on. I was going to cut all these trees and make this a ball field, a sports field, and put it in a gazebo with a barbecue area. But I have changed my mind because this is a gold mine of resources. The maple syrup season, now that's a little bit narrow, but I marked it for saving anyway. Some of the trees that I knew are maple I marked anyway, although I can't tap this one. It's too small. All these maple trees, these are tappable. And this is just this narrow spot. And there's one back in there. There's a couple more over there. So there's a big boy over here. And there's a couple more to the side of him. And this is just this area. I haven't even gone up into the ridge, nor have I even gone back in behind the motorhome area. Not yet. And this is awesome. This is incredible how many maple trees we have on this property. So next year's harvest, with the help on board, is going to be tremendous for the maple season. See, there's another tree, there's a tree, there's some big meaty trees. There's a tree back there. There's some big tree. There's a really big tree. Back in there, there's a red ribbon. Really amazing. So we are going to have an awesome maple syrup season this year. There's ribbons go way back up in there. So, and this is just here. This is just a section behind the meadow where the Christian camper used to be. And just this little strip. I didn't go back any further than here. So you can see there's our campers right here where we parked our campers. And all I did is I came back just about to here and ended. And then I came back over to here to the end of where I was going to put the sports field. This is a rectangular flattened area that I believe was a cow holding station before they herded them up the double rock wall over here, which goes all the way to the beginning of the property. Look at all those green ribbons. Look at this. Look at that. All the maple trees. You can see them everywhere through here, looking back. That is a gold mine of resources here, people. That is a lot of resources. So, I'm going to get back out here and mark some more. It's impossible for me to hold the camera and mark the trees at the same time. But, wow. Wow, look at this. There's a nice beast of a tree. That's a double tapper there. This is exciting. Look at them all right here alone. Look at this. Just right here. Maple, maple, all maples, all maples, all maples. Ah, it's exciting. Here, two more. Right here. This is all maples. So this is no longer going to be a sports field, guys. This is gold mine of resources. All right. I'm going to get my ribbons out, and I'm going to go and mark the trees out behind the motorhome area. And I think for this year, that's going to be more than enough than we can handle for tapping with the resources we have in hand, with the three of us, with Chris helping. So next year we can expand even farther, the year after, and keep on going as we get help, and as we start earning money, we can apply it to having more people help as the season comes around. And of course, we can apply it to having more, the ability to boil more sap, because this is going to be a lot of work right here. This is a serious amount of work for a couple weeks of time when the maple syrup starts to flow in the end of February, beginning of March, and it'll flow for up to a month or so. So, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Exciting, exciting find here on the Off-Grid Homestead. By the way, check out my daily videos if you don't know about them. We make a video every day of our life out here on the homestead, trying to survive and working towards becoming self-sufficient and off the grid. Talk to you later.